Hey guys. Who's ready for Act 4? This is the second last part of this series, then the finale. I have a bunch of videos planned, so get ready for September. Also, if any text tubers interested in ever doing a collab of sorts, definitely message me on Instagram, which is on my YouTube page. Not gonna lie, I've got a banging headache and I still have to edit this entire video, so, ouch Romeo. But for real, don't worry, I'll just eat and hope. I just watched Howl's Moving Castle 2. Oh my god, it's so good. My friend has been telling me to watch it and they kept saying how hot Howl was, and damn, they were right. But anyway, now I just wanna binge anime, but oh my god, this headache. It's taken me 10 minutes to write this, how am I even gonna okay? Breathe. I'll stop rambling and let you guys enjoy now. So without further ado, SakuAtsu as Romeo and Juliet, Act 4 of 5.
Kita, the person I was looking for. Hello Ashijima, what do you want? My wedding to Sakusa is set to happen Thursday. You're doing the ceremony. I see. Kita isn't the type to get nervous, but knowing Sakusa's prior engagements, he wasn't exactly calm. Priest Kita. A voice yells from the church entrance. Sakusa? He turns his head down the chapel's aisle to see Sakusa at the entrance as he burst through. Ashijima. Ashijima walks over to him. Our wedding is Thursday. I'm looking forward to seeing you there. The most beautiful guy in all of Verona will be mine. He tries to grab Sakusa's hands. I forgot about that. He moves his hands behind his back. You forgot our wedding? Yeah, I guess I've had other things on my mind. Ah yes, I'm sorry Romeo killed your dear cousin. He places his hands on Sakusa's shoulders. Not quite what I meant. And he shakes off Ashijima's arms. Priest, may I speak with you? He looks at Ashijima dead in the eye. Alone. But of course, come this way. Ashijima, please leave. He's to be my husband. It should not matter if I'm here. You are not married yet. Now get out. Ashijima reluctantly leaves, leaving Kita and Sakusa to talk in peace. Kita, it's all gone wrong. My husband killed my cousin and is nowhere to be found. And now I'm being forced to marry again to that. I know, it's a bad situation to be in. Gee, thanks. But I have a plan. A plan to? To stop you from getting married. Kita shifts closer to Sakusa. No one would hear them, but just to be sure. I have a concoction I can create. I need just a few simple ingredients and all you have to do is drink it the night before your wedding. What will this liquid do? It will make you appear dead. There will be no signs of life for 48 hours, getting you out of the wedding and enough time for you to be moved to your family's vault. So it'll look like I'm dead, but just to be clear, I'll very much still be alive. Absolutely. I can make it just now if you follow me. Kita leads Sakusa to a room in the chapel, which appears to be where the priest stays. The room is as normal as can be if you ignore the side that has tables full of chemicals, plants, tubes and a whole lot more non-priest items. Sakusa follows Kita in and Kita heads over to his almost science lab looking area. Have a seat, this will take just a few minutes. Okay. And so he sits down and watches as Kita gathers a mortar and pestle, in which he then picks some of his plants and drops them into the bowl. He begins to grind them up and proceeds to add small dashes of chemicals in, placing the ground up bowl above a flame that soon makes it boil and bubble and drips into a final bottle. As this process slowly happens, he continues to add more chemicals in, causing some sort of reaction, making the concoction change colors. From Sakusa's perspectives, what Kita's doing looks like magic. How the hell does a priest know how to make life-stealing potions? Concoctions. Concoctions then. That's a tale for another time. If you live. If I what? It was a joke. This will just make you appear dead, as I previously stated. Not funny. I disagree, but it's done. The potion? Concoction. Concoction. Is it done? Yes, that is what I said. Geez, give it here then. Sakusa gets up eagerly and tries to take it. I want you to understand that you must drink all of this tomorrow night. Okay, drink it all tomorrow night. Got it? Kita hands over the concoction and SakuAtsu conceals it within the many layers he's wearing. SakuAtsu takes a moment. Thank you, this means a lot. No problem. I care for Atsumu deeply myself and I'm glad he has you. Now for the rest of the plan. Atsumu will find you in the vault and he will take you away from here. Understand? Okay, it sounds good to me as long as it works. Now go in case someone returns. Right, thanks again. I'm sure you'll hear if it's worked or not. He runs off. Well, I'll hear if the first part of it's worked. SakuAtsu walks calmly into the Capulet house not to render anyone suspicious. He goes into many rooms trying to find his dad, in which he soon does. I'm sorry for my behavior. I will marry UshiSaku on Thursday. He continued to apologize, which brought a smile to his dad's face. He excused SakuAtsu's actions and was delighted to see that he came to his senses. He soon tells SakuAtsu to prepare his clothes for the wedding. SakuAtsu does so, or so his dad thinks. He heads to his room and stashes the concoction in a drawer safely, all whilst during so his dad had left to find UshiSaku himself and inform him of SakuAtsu's change in mood. He has? Wonderful, I am extremely excited for Thursday. Moving to the night of Wednesday, it is the day before the wedding. To keep the ruse up, he had his mom and Bakuto help find him clothes to which they think he'll be wearing the next day. Bakuto enters his room with the garments and laid them out in his room so he could merrily jump into them. Nurse Bakuto? Yes, groom to be. Also, I must say, thank you for changing your mind and forgetting about. He whispers. You know who. Those words felt like a stab to SakuAtsu's heart. Of course, it's the logical thing to do here. Quite right. Oh, what did you wanna say? He looks from laying out the clothes to SakuAtsu. Ah, yeah. He shakes himself. He's so close to making the plan come through. I want to sleep on my own tonight, instead of you and mom with me. But we were all gonna stay up and play games and... Please? It's my wedding after all, I should sleep right away. Oh yeah, I guess. Well, I'll tell Lady Capulet that's what you want. You shall sleep on your own. Trying to hide his excitement of his success, SakuAtsu simply shows a small smile. Thank you. Okay, well, good night. I've got your clothes here. I suppose you wanna sleep extra early, huh? Aha, yes I do actually. Great. Well, good night. See you tomorrow. Bakuto leaves the room, leaving SakuAtsu by himself. SakuAtsu reaches into his drawer and grabs the concoction he received from Priest Kita and pops off the cap. You won't if this potion works. With that he guzzles it down. He's standing just by his bed but feels nothing. Come on, I can't get married tomorrow. Soon he starts to feel dizzy. SakuAtsu falls back onto his bed. He lays there the whole night, not moving a single millimeter. SakuAtsu had also put a dagger in the drawer in case the concoction didn't work, but thankfully he did and was now blissfully lifeless on the surface. Good morning. Today is the day you get married. Bakuto wanders into SakuAtsu's room fully excited for the day ahead. Come on, sleepyhead, wake up. He yells as he checks on the clothes he left last night. No response comes. Don't make me shake you awake. He turns around and gently nudges SakuAtsu to wake him, but he doesn't move. Come on now, we have a long day ahead. He tries again and with the same result. Bakuto becomes super concerned. He checks his pulse and hears nothing, not a sound. He immediately starts to tear up. Oh my god. He runs and goes to find SakuAtsu's mom and dad. They rush enough to Bakuto left screaming for help. They too hear nothing, and as it was declared he was dead, Lady Capulet broke down instantly. SakuAtsu's dad has ordered for wedding music to be changed to funeral appropriate songs, as obviously the wedding was now off. They had instructed the nurse to inform UshiSaku as the family was grieving. So was Bakuto, but the family don't care. A few hours before the funeral was to start the same day, Bakuto was sent to find UshiSaku. After searching for a while, he sees UshiSaku heading over to the Capulet mansion. Oh, Count UshiSaku, you look spectacular. Of course, it is my wedding after all. Bakuto sniffs. What happened? Well, the more Bakuto thinks about it, he starts to cry more and more. Please tell me what has happened? But Kyuto takes deep breaths and finally lets the words out, something he had not actually said aloud yet. Sakusa is dead. Instantly he reverts back to crying and Ashijima's face becomes like a rock, still and solid with his eyes wide open. He looks off into the distance, processing the words he heard. I see. Are you okay? He was to be your. He keeps stuttering and losing breath before he says, husband. And he continues to sob. Losing Sakusa was like losing his own child as they had become very close. The funeral? Oh yes, it's later today, please come by, I'm sure that's what Sakusa would have wanted. Ashijima nods. Skipping to a few hours later when the funeral starts, the Capulet family mourn and before you know it Sakusa's body had been prepared for the traditional Capulet vault. In the center of his tomb is where he lay, surrounded by candles. Sakusa lay in his tomb still under the influence of the potion waiting for his Atsumu to find him. Ashijima had made it to the funeral too but he, like everyone else there, truly couldn't believe Sakusa was gone. Something in the plan Kita didn't specify. He forgot to inform Sakusa how Atsumu would find him. Luckily he did not forget to actually do the act of telling him. Kita had wrote a letter explaining the plan and had gave it to another priest at the chapel and so, the letter was sent to Atsumu. With Sakusa's part done, it was all left up to Atsumu. Soon the news spread of Sakusa's death. With Osamu being gone, Atsumu being banished, Eren was all alone. When he had heard of Sakusa's death he immediately set out to find Atsumu and tell him the news he had died. After a small journey out of Verona Eren had made it to find Atsumu. He saw Atsumu sitting outside in the scorching heat passing the day. He ran towards Atsumu. Atsumu. He yelled as he kept running. Atsumu. After a couple more yells Atsumu finally noticed him and ran over smiling. Eren. It's good to see you. What's going on? What brings you here? They finally meet each other. I had this horrifying dream last night by the way, it was awful. You see what happened was that Sakusa died. Whoa, good guess. Yeah, that's what happened in my dream. I hated it. Waking up was a dream honestly. Atsumu. Sakusa died. PFFT, no he didn't. What an awful thing to say. Eren reaches an arm out and held onto Atsumu's shoulder. Atsumu, Sakusa Kayumi Capulet's funeral was just a couple hours ago. I saw him be carried off to the Capulet tomb. He's gone. I am so sorry Atsumu. Sakusa's. Kayumi is. He struggled to breathe and falls down onto the ground choking up. Atsumu sits there shaking his head. He stumbles to get up and Eren walks towards him to pull him in for a hug. Atsumu just walks away. He shrugs Eren off and shakily walks only to fall back down. I defy you stars. He yells into the sky. Sakusa. Dart. Sakusa. He sits there sobbing as the sun set on that cruel Thursday. After a while he gets back up with a complete change in attitude. We're going back to Verona now. I have to see him. And please send a letter to Lord Montag. He should know it all. Everything? Why can't you tell him? Who knows if I'll be able to.
Another week, another part over. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to come back next week for the last part too. This was a fun one and I hope those of you who watched liked it, but that's all for now. Gonna order pizza so be jealous. Ciao.